the top dozen from Sonoma, 10 organizations inside the top 12. A pair of Joe Gibbs Toyotas in the top 10, led by Martin Truex Jr., who's won for a second time this season, qualified into the second round on Saturday, leads almost half the race and gets that checkered flag.
Just hats off to my team, James, Jazzy, all the guys, to be so bad here last year and to come back and do that with the same car basically is it's really unbelievable. So just proud of them. We're having a great year. I feel really good about our team. It feels incredible to have a day like that and a run like that and a team like I have. They're just doing everything right now, and it's a lot of fun to drive these cars. It takes a total team effort these days, as close as everything is with these cars, and you got to execute. We were able to do that today.
Qualifies on row 4, leads 51 laps. You would say, boy, it was just a nice, easy Sunday drive through wine country. But they did have some challenges along the way, David.
Yeah, those other teams kept throwing everything at them, whether it's late in the race, Chase Elliott staying out on some older tires, or the other guy short pitting and putting Martin towards the middle of the pack. He restarted 11th on that lap 54 restart. And I think that he knew that he had the best car. And as a driver, that is such a good feeling. But it's so hard to manage your emotions and everybody else on these restarts, Adam. You see them going in to turn 1 and turn 2 here. You've got cars in front of you that don't have quite as much grip and speed, but then you've got some hungry drivers behind you that are trying to chomp at the bit and put you in bad situations. But Martin handled it like the veteran that he is. He didn't put a tire off the racetrack. He didn't knock in any fenders. He didn't create any enemies. He did everything the right way to find victory lane.
Yeah, I think average running position tells it all. When you have an average running position of 2.5 on a road course, that talks about just how strong you really are. You mentioned qualified 8th, and I thought Jamie and Clint did a nice job of documenting just how fast he was in the early part of the race, working his way up there. His car was really good on the long run. And his pit crew, there's been some pit crew woes with that 19 team. They made 4 trips to pit road. The last 3 were in the low 10-second bracket, including that very last trip to pit road. And James Small, he had a decision to make. When that caution came out for Denny Hamlin's spin, they had 16 laps on their tires. We had 30-something drivers on the lead lap. I said it on the broadcast. To me, it was a no-brainer for James Small. He had to come in and get 4 tires. Of course, only 3 drivers stayed out, as you saw right there. And it wasn't a matter if Martin was going to get the lead back. When he was going to get back, it took him about a lap and a half to a lap and 3/4.
But it wasn't just Martin and the 19 team. Across the board, Toyota delivered, which was a big deal, especially when you think about what they did in Sonoma last year, David.
Yeah, last year they didn't have one car in the top 10. They didn't even have one in the top 15. Kurt Busch, 18th, was their best car in class. But really, early in the race, they set the tone. Denny Hamlin qualifying on the pole. I looked up one time, and the top 5 were all Toyotas. Certainly Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell had some fast race cars and were up front majority of the race. But a total turnaround. Last year we talked so much about the Toyotas just didn't have the speed at the road courses. But when I think about the turnaround, the drivers are putting in the work on the simulator. They're studying. They're cleaning their act up a little bit. But those race cars are just faster and they're driving better, Larry.
I talked to crew chief James Small this morning. I said, James, I know you got a hood change and a fender change and a louver change, but I just can't make myself believe that's what has made the difference. He said, Larry, it definitely helped our race car, but he said we were going down a road on things with this race car last year at road courses that was totally wrong. We're smarter and we're wiser, and we have now figured it out.
I thought it was all about the louvers, actually. That was my hunch.
All about the louvers.
But I'm glad we put to end that. Hey, race fans, thanks for watching our video. For all NASCAR on Fox News, content, and the best clips from Fox Sports, be sure to follow and subscribe to our channel.